I have an upcoming course on relationships and meeting people from a life coach's perspective. It goes live on Saturday, but pre-registration is open. So I'm trying to promote my course with ads on Reddit. So I did a bunch of graphics and then I uploaded it to the site and then I submitted the ad for review and they came back and said my ad promotes infidelity and sex. Well, it doesn't. But at the same time, if I am gonna teach a course about relationships, I think it is also important to talk about these uncomfortable issues like infidelity or sex. So let's talk about those things today. Infidelity. Many people have different versions of what that word means, right? So for example, one would say, you dreamt about another person, that's cheating. Another person would say, oh yeah, I did get drunk and then I did hook up with that other person, but I didn't know what I was doing, so it doesn't count. Why I'm saying this is because there's a universal clear-cut line of what fidelity and what infidelity is. It's a largely variable definition because it's a personal one. We have sort of universal sort of standards about it, but again, who ultimately says this is infidelity or not is up to individual decision. It's not written in stone, so to speak. But the whole reason why this kind of behavior happens in the first place is because we are unsatisfied by our current state. So you do have a partner right now and you're not feeling completely happy. And so you start looking for things that will give you happiness. Now, this isn't just limited to relationships. You have a new video game that you really like playing, but then the more you play, you kind of get used to it, and so you start looking at your phone while you play the game, right? So you're continuously seeking entertainment. Just like that. When you have a problem that needs to be addressed by your brain will continue seeking the solution to it. And that's largely what infidelity is, right? So, if you're relying on your romantic partners or significant others to provide you with happiness and fulfillment, you're not really gonna find it because fulfillment, happiness, joy, satisfaction, all those things ultimately have to be found inside of you. So because you can't be self-reliant on these things, you rely on external things. But because inherently those things have to be found inside and you're looking for them in the wrong place, you keep looking for new people. And that's basically what I believe to be the root of infidelity is. So if you knew how to find that happiness, that fulfillment, and that pleasure-seeking stuff inside, then you become self-reliant. And now when your partner or significant other comes into your life, all they are is a plus. They stop being this stressful things that you have to satisfy in order to get something out of them, right? So the relationship becomes less transactional and it just becomes much more complete because you are complete. So that's what I want to say about infidelity and about sex. A lot of people have trouble being confident and meeting people because they are self-conscious about their lack of sexual activity. Now, this may sound like an exaggeration, but I'm not kidding when I say almost every day I see a post by a person on the internet that says, I haven't had sex at age something and I plan on ending my life if I can't by blah 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 blah. Seriously, there's so many of these, right? So, just being lonely itself is a problem, and that can be addressed by meeting people, but we all know that. But we all have different kinds of limiters that prevent us from getting those things. Number one may be social anxiety, which I talk about in depth in my book. Another thing may be, sexual inactivity and your consciousness about it. Oh, I haven't had sex until this age. Oh, and I feel so bad about it, right? So, but if you really think about it, it's less of a sex issue because the existence of sex, and some people don't have sex, some people have lots of sex. That is inherently neutral. There's nothing good or bad about it. Who's to say a life of celibacy is better than the life of a porn star? Who's to say that people who have like polyamorous relationships is better or worse than monogamous ones? It's largely variable. If you find the people that want to vibe with your sexual rhythm, it's good. If not, good. If you don't want that, good. Everything is individual. But we tend to think that I haven't had this, therefore this is bad. So what really needs to be asked is, why is that bad? So if the issue is that, oh, but I'm behind, other people have done it, but I haven't, then this is less of a sex issue and this is more of a I'm feeling behind issue. I'm so desperate for it, I really want it, and it makes me so frustrated that I can't have it. And so I put a lot of pressure on myself. Then this becomes a stress management problem and a pressure problem and a lack of love problem for yourself. So, sex may look like the surface level issue, but when you look deeper down, there's always a deeper root issue that is masked by sex. All of these things are covered very in depth in my course, but it's a very lightweight course as well. It doesn't take a ton of time to get through the course, but there's a lot of thought-provoking questions and tool sets that you can use to improve your relationships. I really put in a lot of work with it, and I think you're gonna really like it. So if you're interested in it, check out, if you're on Instagram, link in the bio. If you're YouTube, check out the link in the description. Registration's open. It's for $19.99 lifetime access, and doors open on Saturday. All right, thank you. See you in the next video.